treasure. Welcome to the Bronx, where the fun's running wild, with a homestead heart and a country style. We're growing good food and raising some joy, and giving a hand to each girl and boy. So come on by, have a laugh or two at the Bronx. We're waiting just for you. Yeah, at the Bronx, we're waiting just for you. What?
So Jesse, Jan went late. I was respecting her. Anyways, hopefully everybody's doing well. Not really a whole lot different than last night, other than I had to sit through a 3-hour graduation and my kids weren't even there. Oh boy. Anyways, the young lady that won the bursary was very happy. And that's all that matters. Hey, Gail. So we got Joe Fix It for you. He was in here this morning. Might have even been yesterday morning. But anyways, he's always number one. And we do have Tamara, the Giggle Monster, a.k.a. Miss Linda Peterson. If there's a person that can giggle as much as Linda, I want to see it. We got Jesse, we got Troy, Angie, who her lovely husband won the second last draw. Woohoo, good for Tony. Let's see here. I think I got everybody. Nope. We have It All Adds Up. Lori, howdy, howdy. And that's how far it was backlogged, Jesse. I am definitely out. This will be the last StreamYard. I think. Now, I don't know. I might not be able to get that other one Jerry was talking about, but I'll give it a shot Sunday whenever I'm downstairs in the shop playing around. And there's Troy. And Tony. And of course, Gail, Broken Hearts Ministry. And Treasure Hunter Neil. Well, Neil, are you home or is she making you pound the asphalt? Just asking. Yes, that's the one, Jesse. Either way, it's going to be the one that Glenda's using, or that one. I could always use StreamYard as a defense in case need be, but you're driving. Well, you keep the black, the dirty side down, and you keep a coal rolling. You be safe out there. And what else have we got going on? Oh yes. We did cover a lot of the cruise yesterday, but I will recover it um, today. Um, there's not a whole lot more. Angie, don't just fill out the form you got. There's not one person I've ever heard of that has needed a travel document. Your passport supersedes that. Um, Miss Lisa and Jesse did theirs yesterday, and they don't need it. Um, I don't. I didn't even get it. Um, so there's no issue there. Um, trying to think what else. Oh, upgrades. It's all on your own. You have a very good chance of getting an upgrade because there is a lot of cabins that the high end cabins are sitting empty. So, uh, yeah, but I have to do the same thing for going into the US, Angie. um, it's usually, I usually have to answer those questions with the airlines. So, I've already done all my stuff with WestJet. I had to cancel my, um, I had to cancel my, um, return flight just simply for the fact that if I had to do, even Debbie had to do what they wanted us to do, 2 days in the airport, no, that doesn't equate for me. So even with the money that I did lose, um, sorry guys, it's going to, yeah, like Miss Lisa said, it only asks a couple questions. They ask your country code from your passport, and yeah, that's all they asked her, and bing, bang, boom, she's on the way. I think it's more or less just screening for potential people. Um, yeah, um, some people, in case they're troublemakers. Um, oh, for God's sakes! Somebody just came to the door. Give me a minute. I'm going to put you guys on hold for one iota. I'll be back. Jesse, if you're around, you can come chat. But if not, we're going to take a 3.5 minute break. If they're not off my step in 3.5 minutes, out they go. I'll be right back.
Well, looks like he left y'all hanging, didn't he? Shame, shame, shame. Well, looks like it's going to be the Jesse and Toby show. It's just me and oh, Lisa's back there too. You never can tell. I had to finish my supper. He wanted me to come up while I was eating my supper. So I had to finish my egg rolls. Them egg rolls were good too. Chinese egg rolls. You hear me okay? Can everybody hear me? Is my mic on? Test, mic test. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hi.
Okay, you're back.
Thank goodness. So it is our municipality's 200th anniversary tomorrow. So I just had a lady drop off a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm like, I hate to push you along, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. I gotta go. I got 11 of my closest friends over. And she looked around. She said, but it's only your family's vehicles. I said, we online. She was a bit confused.
Yeah, they're your closest friend.
Oh my God. I'm not even going to tie anything orange to his butt whenever we toss him overboard, folks. Not even. Yes, Miss Linda, we do. We're both here. He's had Chinese food. I had Wendy's. Oh well. So whatever I said, I gotta go. I'm busy. I don't think really liked it too much, but oh well. So yeah, Angie, if you want to come up or whoever, like you said, tonight was just going to be an open mic, and I will. The Bud Files. Hey, Susan. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Howdy. Howdy, howdy. Okay. Turn that down. Turn this to there. Nope. Nope. Oh, it's going to make me. Thank goodness I don't drink anymore. All I want to do is attach this to the top, and it's giving me a hard time. Anyways, I'll keep posting it up, guys. For some reason, it's not allowing me to post it. There's Jody. Hey, Jody. So yeah, it's this deputy mayor gig. It takes up a lot of extra time. Now, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy meeting with all the little old ladies and having tea and fresh cookies, and got to be a perk to my job. Well, actually, it was a perk this week. I only had one call. Thanks, Jess. I only had one call after midnight. because I didn't get my recycling picked up. They always pick it up by 11 a.m. And I said, do you realize what time it is? Well, I just wanted to see if we could get something figured out for tomorrow. I said, nobody's working at, I think it was 20 after 12 at night. I said, call staff. They will organize it and have you looked after tomorrow. Click. Oh, Tony. Listen. I'm gonna leave that right alone.
That's exactly what I think, Tony. You're right on the.
You know what, Mr. Cheeto? He went home with his tail between his legs. The 50 at the seventh meeting of whatever, because people were being nice to him. You got to be nice to get nice, to get treated nicely. That's why we love Miss Lisa. She's a sweetheart. Jesse, we tolerate him because of the wonderful, the lovely Miss Lisa. But I do have to. This is killing me inside. I have to admit that he was right yesterday. It hurts. It truly, truly, truly hurts to admit that he was correct. But now I'm pouting because I've never, ever, because he wasn't treated nicely at the G7. At least that's what we're being told anyways. That was on, actually it was a US feed that I saw that today. But again, that's why we don't talk politics, because everybody, quite frankly, the only politician that's awesome, right here, but physically can't run. I was asked to run provincially. I just can't do it with my health. But yeah, no, apparently there's something going. I don't know. I think they're mad because 3 other provinces have pulled out, of one being Alberta. She knows her only chance to get reelected is to jump on board. But anyways, it is what it is. Everybody's got a different view, different angle. Hey, Giggle Monster, the best politician, right here. But yeah, no, there's, as it goes on and it drags on and on and on, it's just tiring. And anyways, okay, well, come on up, sis. You know how to get here. And how the heck are you getting relish already? I think I might have one relish left. If I do, I'll try to get it across the border. Jesse likes my relish. He likes my maple syrup. So, yes, he wants us to become brothers and sisters of the same color. But unfortunately, we've been 80 years best friends. And that's what we got to get back to. Because it's not you guys and it's not us. It's people who are who it doesn't affect their life one iota. But hear me roar. Roar what? Like Ford. I'm going to cut off the power. Okay, that's bright. I have, very good friends and family members that are not going to have hydro. Stupid. And that is actually, maybe I should start preaching that Friday nights because my numbers just about doubled. But yeah, no, it's just sad that, like, as Jesse knows, I'm warning you not to be making those kind of jokes around my wife because she will go off. And she has every right to. Whenever I went to school, they had talked about a merger. Good Lord, that was a few years ago. But they were talking being one country like 30 some years ago. They can't do it. They've tried. Number one, the King's not ever going to sign away Canada. And we're happy. I love going down. But Canada spoke very, very, very loudly on just the flights. Like, it was going to cost me next to nothing to fly to Seattle. Thank God I locked in whenever I did, because it's up another $175 from Father's Day. Because they canceled, Air Canada's canceled a bunch of international flights. WestJet, United, American. I think there are very few American flights are coming up. It seems like Delta goes to Toronto and Montreal. That's it. If I want to fly anything, hey, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? If I want to fly anything like I was actually going to fly United home. Excuse me. Ooh. And it turned out that they made the announcement 1 week. It went from 5. I have it written down right here. And um, yesterday at the graduation, um, the head poobah, whoever is the president of the Lions. There it is. I knew I had it. The president of the Lions Club said to please give his best and his blessings to everybody who donated. And he's like, I can't believe you auctioned away a bottle of maple syrup. I said, why not? He's like, not sure how, not sure why. But he said, you got the most. I raised the most. 500. What was raised in my name was $529. So that's all I got to say is thank you, thank you, thank you to every one of my friends, family that, you know, was able for me. When will you come to Hey, I follow one of your crab guys. I watch his stuff religiously. Oh my goodness. I just watched his weekly video this afternoon. Hey, Jan. He's a crabber in the Chesapeake, and it's amazing. And I truly want to go down, and I want to go down and meet this guy and see if I can't hook up a day on the ocean with him. It'd be a lot of fun. So it started out at $4.99 with United, and by Father's Day, United wanted $973 US to fly. So I got a steal of a deal with WestJet, and I only have one stop. We leave Seattle, we drop into Calgary, and Calgary all the way back to Ottawa. So, and you know, Jesse's got a heck of a plane ride. You know, but so did you order Chinese, or did you
we
go?
got Chinese. No, we ordered it, but we pick it up.
Oh, okay.
And I was eating egg rolls. I wanted to finish my Chinese
Nothing.
before I came up. Didn't want all that food in my teeth either. So.
Oh well. Yeah. One that I think I might want to try on the ship. What? Somebody's following you, man. Oh, Jesse. Somebody's following you, man. Somebody's knocking. Should we let her in?
Hey. Oh, I dropped my phone. Hey,
you were supposed to knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want in.
Well, I was just like sticking my tongue
on the
out.
pipe if the answer is no.
Yeah, she was sticking her tongue out at you, man.
That's why I didn't want to let her in.
Yeah. And sorry. I don't let in my sister. She's gonna get mad at me.
So I don't know how many people were here on Thursday, on your live Thursday, when we were talking about stickers. You remember?
Yeah.
When we were talking about Sticker Bros?
Yeah, you're Sticker Bros.
So we've been with Sticker Mule forever. So from the very beginning, we still love Sticker Mule. But we've been turned on to a new company here in Fort Worth, Texas, called Sticker Bros. and they're just as big and just as good as Sticker Mule. I'm not saying that they're any better or any worse. I'm just saying this is their logo right here. This is Sticker Bros logo.
Well, it
And
seems like they do a good product.
yeah, so this is from Sticker Mule. This is our logo from Sticker Mule. Okay. And this is a logo from Sticker Mule, one of our logos. Well, I had this new logo that I created from Sticker Bros, and it is just as good and it's just the same quality of paper and everything as the other two, and a little bit better of a deal. So Sticker Mule has this month for $29, 50 of these 3-inch, okay, for $29. Okay, and there's only limit one. You know, on the deals with Sticker Mule, you only get one. Well, with Sticker Bros, they got this month, their deal is 3-inch, 100 stickers for $39. So I'm
Nobody can,
not
even
these,
any of the ones I have up here.
actually, I'm ordering a couple hundred of these. I got the new Gorilla logo on my shirt now. So I'm loving it, and this is the one we're ordering from Sticker Bros.
Okay.
So go to stickerbros.com, check out their monthly deals. They got monthly deals just like, and I tested it to make sure you can order more than one. So if you want to, and another thing is, if you go in there and you order, the deal is 100 for $39, and it says 1 in quantity. Leave it as 1. Don't put 39 because they'll charge you 39 times.
He showed us yesterday. It went up to
They'll charge you
$3,900.
$39 39 times. So if you want 200, then you put 2. That's all. If you want 300, you put 3. Don't put. So you get my drift.
Verify
The deal
your
is one order of 100 for $39. And then obviously you just check out, put whatever credit card or however you're going to pay for it, and go with that. But we've already gotten our first order from them, and they make beautiful, beautiful stickers. Okay, this is just the black and white, but that's what I wanted. So I just wanted to let everybody know that Sticker Bros is available, and
It looks like they do a good job.
Yeah, they do. They do. Well, they send sample stickers in there. They're pretty good. So
yeah,
I think they're right up there with Sticker Mule. And nothing against Sticker Mule. I love Sticker Mule. I'll still use Sticker Mule. We're just going to compare deals. If Sticker Mule's got a better deal this month than Sticker Bros, then I'm going to go with them. But I'm good. You know, the thing is about saving money, right? And when you live with a girl like Lisa, you got to try and save as much money as you can.
Let me say it. Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I went looking yesterday in the dumpsters to see if I can find me another stick with a point on it, so I can start collecting cans using 2 sticks instead of 1. You know.
Yeah, there you go, Miss Lisa.
Yeah. Whatever.
Miss Lisa, go get on the waiters because it's getting awful thick.
Y'all don't need to tell me that. I get enough of that over here as it is. I don't need no. See, there you see what you started. Thank you, Linda.
Oh my goodness.
I need that button so I can go behind Sir Grace. Whatever. Yeah.
No.
Sir Grace is he's royalty. You just leave him alone.
Oh yeah, he is royalty, but I have to harass him every now and then to keep him in line.
Yeah, just chances. Sure, Jesse.
Oh, we have a special guest.
Oh.
Do we need to drop down?
No.
Do we need to drop down so you can bring that special guest up?
Nope.
Hey guys.
It's Jody. Hey, Jody.
Hey, sweetheart. No, Jesse, stop picking on Lisa.
I don't ever pick on her. I never pick on her.
You've been told. You keep him on his toes, Miss Jody.
You don't see what Lisa does to me.
I'm coming
Jody.
in.
Oh, she froze.
Okay, I think am I
Yeah.
frozen now?
You're
Yeah,
back.
you're back now, but you did freeze out.
I'm frozen.
Good old
Yeah, it's
hospital.
I'm all hot and bothered with this heat. It's too hot outside.
Oh, I'll switch you because we got cold yesterday.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh, we're down to, I think it's like 63 right now.
Oh,
I'm
Are
that's
you
pretty,
me, the
bragging?
drop of the people.
Look at him.
Are you
He's
bragging?
in a hoodie. 63
hence
degrees.
the,
And he's in a hoodie.
I think he's
Give me a
bragging.
break.
Oh,
Jody.
I
Oh,
would
yeah,
Give me a
love to.
break.
63 is delicious.
well, no. 63 is very, very cold.
I
I
take it
told,
after this
I
week.
told you I was supposed to be rich in the south, not poor in the north.
Oh,
I take
okay. Oh, yeah,
I
you would have loved down here. We were 101.
Yeah, that's what we were. Well, actually, we were 10. What did I say we were on Wednesday? 104,
103.
like that.
103.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, this weather's
That was
wild.
real feel.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's the humidity levels just ridiculous. Tony,
I think I'm freezing.
I'm telling you, Tony, 63 is freezing. Oh, sorry, I lied. We're 66.
Still bragging. That's all I
Oh.
hear. Brag, brag,
Yeah, I'm
brag.
going to go out and come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're supposed to be like 60 rain, thunder showers for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, we're getting thunderstorms tomorrow.
Yeah, we're supposed to be back up into the 80s tomorrow, but for some reason it just took a complete nosedive today.
Well, you know, we got 56 days till we meet and 58 days till we sail.
58 till we sail. Yep. It's unbelievable. Like, Jesse, can you know, whenever we started talking about this was actually in New Orleans.
Yep. Long
That's when we
time.
started talking that, and that was
Many moons ago.
almost 3 years ago. Let's see if we got Jody back now. Oh, Miss Jody. Hello.
Just waving.
I think I'm frozen.
Yeah, I know it. You're freezing real bad tonight.
She might be in a metal building. If she's in a
I
metal
think I'm
building,
frozen.
that'll
Yeah, you are.
signal.
Oh, look at Jody last week. We were talking to her, and she was clear as a bell. And it was the three of us and Miss Jody. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't even take her down, so she gone.
She gone.
But yeah, no, it's just I was talking to Debbie about that this afternoon. I'm like, it's hard to believe that we said that, you know, we'd do this 3 years ago. And when bam bam, here we are. You know?
Yep. I just want to know what side of the ship we're on.
I bet you the balcony side. I can't say I'm wrong there now, can he, Miss Lisa? Uh-oh. G'day, Lukey. That's okay, Miss Jody. We have next Friday. We have there's not like you're going nowhere and we're going nowhere, so we'll give it a shot again next week. We'll try next week. We'll try using your data, if you have a data plan, or the hospital Wi-Fi. I know our hospital Wi-Fi here is up and down. You never know if it's going to work or not. Or the warmer side, Jesse. Oh, Miss Linda, you must be talking about Miss Lisa. But I actually looked out today, and I've got 3 specialist appointments this month. I have my my spinal injections, so that I should be able to move a lot better. And yeah, it's awesome.
Good. That's good. Be all ready to have fun on the cruise.
Well, you saw the meme of, Jesse and I and Sir Grace, and we're dancing up a storm up top.
I see that.
So, Jesse, did you hear what Sir Grace did to his VA doctor?
I think so. Virginia, Glenda was talking about it on. Was it on your mom's live? I think you were talking about it on your mom's live.
Which appointment? Now, there's been so many VA appointments. I'm sitting here going, which one are we talking about?
We're talking about the one that the doctor looked at him and then looked at you and said, "Is he joking?"
Oh, yeah. The Jesus take the wheel. That was the primary care this week. Yeah, he looked straight dead at me, or she looked straight dead at me. Is he serious or not? Oh, you've got a Jesus.
Well,
yeah,
somebody said
he's got a Jesus sticking out of his head.
Well, somebody said, "Have I found Jesus?" I didn't know he was lost. But
I found 3 Jesus this week. I sent a picture to my mother. I got 2 in one of the pictures. I didn't get the third one, but I sent it to her and I said, just so you know, he's everywhere.
This came in. Yeah. This came in the mail. This came in the mail.
Yeah, I'll talk to you, Jody, after the live.
Yeah.
My mother still hasn't gone through that riddle that I dropped 2 weeks ago on her show.
Oh, I know.
And it tells exactly where Jesus is at. Everybody knows where Jesus is. Everybody. And she still hasn't opened up, this.
Oh, are you kidding me? She still has not found that Jesus yet.
You know what? We could say where it's at now, and this one, she never come and watch. She never watches Scott. We can say where it's at now.
Aunt Lynn might be lurking too, and she might go.
Aunt Lynn normally.
Yeah, but Lynn wouldn't tell her.
I don't know.
We could say it. I'm serious because your mom doesn't ever watch Scott.
Oh, yes, she does.
And I don't blame her.
On the replay, I will not say where it's at. All I can say is, I told Karma, because they're going to be on her Meet Me Monday, Aunt Lynn and my mom. And I said, harass her, ask her, get her going. Even Karma figured it out. Everybody knows where Jesus is at, but my mother.
You know what, Mother? I mean, if you are watching and lurking, I'll let you know where it is.
There you go.
Did you keep a count?
So there, it'll be right there.
You put out.
I think she's up to 43 now. The last I heard was 43.
Yeah, but do you remember how many you planted?
50.
You planted all 50.
I planted 50 Jesus,
There's 7 left.
and 25 ducks. And she's got like 8 or 9 ducks.
Oh, so there's a lot of ducks laying around.
I did good. I did real good.
You know how she can find the ducks?
Not
real easy?
really, because she should be able to know where these are.
You know how she can find the ducks real easy? Flood the house.
Yeah,
float.
that would work. That would work. Actually, my nephew,
I think Dave might have something to say about that.
well, no, my nephew and I, when we were talking, the one that planted, it did not go on YouTube, but there was a third prank done. My nephew joined the Army Reserves, and he's currently in basic as we're speaking. And before he left, he said, "Aunt Glenda, are you going to play a joke on Grandma?" And I said, "No, I think I need to lay it low because I'm headed on this cruise, and I'm worried like what payback's going to be, because I've hit her twice." And he goes, "Why don't I do one?" And then he said, "I'll order a 5-foot rubber ducky that blows up, and it's Uncle Sam." And then we got 4 little rubber duckies, and then he said, "Why don't I put one in the toilet?" And I went, "It'll be my luck that your grandmother will sit down, use the facility, and flush that thing. And then it gets clogged." And then his dad piped up. He's a plumber, his dad is. And he said, "I'll come in, I'll snake the toilet for free." So it almost happened. And I said, "No, I'll be up a creek without a paddle if we put one of those down in the toilet." But what's funny is I got blamed. Dave from Dave's Gaming Cave was the first one to walk in the house, and he said, "Oh, blankety blank, Glenda's been here." And then he went, "Ann, you need to call your daughter." So she called me, and I said, "Yeah, I let him in the day before he left for basic training. That's what we were up to. But this isn't my doing. I just opened the door and I let him in, and that's all on him." And it shocked her because she had no idea he had that kind of sense of humor. And I said, "Well, he wanted to make sure that you knew that he loved you and he's thinking of you before he left for basic." So I have been taking videos and pictures of this duck. Oh, thank you so much, Troy. I'm a proud auntie. I've got a really cool nephew. So anyhow, but his parents signed him off early. So he's got to come home after basic and finish high school. He's doing it between his junior and senior year. So he's got to still graduate high school, and then he'll take off and do all the Army, all the stuff that goes with it afterwards.
Yeah, he'll go to AIT next.
Yeah, he already knows where he's going for AIT, and he knows where he's being stationed at. So
oh, wow.
I'm super proud. Yeah, I'm not going to say here, but I'm super
No.
I'm super proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
So good
It don't
kid.
matter.
Good kid.
If he's not going to Fort Knox, he ain't going nowhere.
He is going somewhere in life, and the Army's going to get him through it. So I'm proud.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm super, super proud of him. And I told him, I said, "You come from a long line of servicemen and women, and it runs thick in your DNA." So, but I did ask him, I said, "We have every branch of the military represented except for the Coast Guard and the Space Force." And I said, "Why didn't you go Space Force?" And he said, "The Army was calling." So that's why he went. I'm like, we could have had a tinfoil head.
King size bed.
Head. Huh?
Yeah, Space Force. King size bed.
Listen.
All the benefits.
Costco has tinfoil. I could have hooked the kid up.
Right?
Hey, he wants to go play in the mud and get leeches all over him as he's going in his belly across a swamp.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to hear about his adventure. I don't know that it'll be as much fun as Jesse's adventure on Fort Knox. Maybe I need to give him 50 years and then say, "Okay, take me to where you went for basic and tell me the story."
Mine was an adventure, trust me.
Oh, it was the
If it
best
hadn't been for that
time.
adventure, I wouldn't have met Lisa.
Well,
Well,
see,
wait, scratch that. She wouldn't have met me.
okay. She had to get on the plane to come to Germany. So hats off to her. Hats off to her.
And
No,
she's
see, here's why I'm saying it was fate, because see, Lisa went to the marriage or to the wedding in Germany to see her brother get married. Okay, I wasn't there. I just worked with him. Well, I wasn't at his wedding, but Lisa could have went home with her parents, but she stayed. So she said, "No, I'm going to stay." Well, while she stayed, that's when I met her during the 7 months that she stayed there. So it wasn't. It was fate. You know.
now she's kicking her butt that plane flew.
Yeah. She says it wasn't fate; it was hate.
You went to
if
AIT
you don't
at
all-
Fort Knox?
I went
That's
to AIT at Fort Knox. I went basic and AIT, and while we were there, they were making the movie Stripes.
well, Troy
Which is
was at
awesome.
Fort Knox for AIT.
Yeah, I got to go out there and go chugga like a
Troy,
What
I'm
kind of
not
training
that
you
far
doing?
from there.
Army training, sir.
I'm not far from Fort Knox, Troy. I make a pilgrimage.
Yeah, you're not even less than 30, 40 minutes away, right?
45.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful going through the especially in the fall, guys. If you've never been to Kentucky, Louisiana, I mean Kentucky, Indiana in the fall, oh my goodness. I'm telling you.
It's
You
gorgeous.
don't know what you don't know what you you know what you're missing. The fall colors in Kentucky especially just outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's running around in the back, Miss Linda.
Yeah, she's back there somewhere.
Yeah. She's looking after Jesse for something.
She's always doing something. Always doing something. Never sits down.
Well, I'm sitting down for just a minute because I'm on a timer. I have a canner going right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my relish
Where'd you get cucumbers already?
out from the garden. I just walked outside and picked them.
Out from the garden.
Yep. And I have some yellow cherry tomatoes that I'm already starting to eat.
Oh, you just eat them like whole?
Just popping them in the mouth out in the garden. Don't even bring them in and wash them. Just go out and eat them straight off the plant. Mm-hmm. And then I have herbs going and they're so I've been growing those. So lots of herbs. And then I have 2 muskamelons. I mean, they're huge. They'll be ready maybe next week, fully ripened. They're almost done.
Okay. What's a muskamelon?
A cantaloupe. It's a type of cantaloupe.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Your garden is full of cucumbers, Angie? Yeah, I'm going to have quite a bit myself. Every other year I do relish.
Mine's about a month out right now, but like the zucchinis, the tomatoes, if I wouldn't have had my my raised beds collapse on me, I'd be, because I was already getting flowers on my tomatoes, which is unheard of here. Like we don't plant till the 1st of June, but because I had the hydroponic systems, it put me 6 weeks ahead. And then I went.
The other thing that's going right now that we're getting a ton of is black raspberries, and they're huge this year. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, my black raspberries are massive this year.
I thought all raspberries were kind of a reddish color.
No, they're black.
I think you'd just call them blackberries in some places, don't you?
No, they're black raspberries. It's a type of raspberry.
Oh, I've never heard. We only have red
I've never
raspberries
heard,
here.
I've never heard of that
We
either.
have blackberries.
Yeah, we
But
have
we-
blackberries too. These are black raspberries. They're a little bit bigger.
Huh.
They're really good. Yeah, yeah, they're pretty big. Our blackberries typically go in season in about 3 weeks. So we're still a little bit too early for them. We just had blueberries. So I went and I picked about 2 gallons of blueberries from my neighbor's house.
Oh God, we don't get blueberries here till the middle of April or August.
Oh wow. Yeah, we've already had their blueberries, and then it goes it goes raspberries and black raspberries, and then it'll turn
Our
into
strawberries
strawberries.
are been out 2 weeks now.
We're past the strawberries. We're about a month out beyond the strawberries.
So we have here in my municipality, we have a grower, and half of their farm they sell strawberries year round.
Yes, they have
So
everberry.
they plant, you know, it's the way they've done their systems. You know, first 5 rows are, you know, gonna be the first ones to go, and then it's they increase, and then their biggest batch is about September.
Okay.
So whenever we come back from the cruise, I'll be going up and making strawberry jam for the winter.
Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. So Linda said her blackberries are out the same time with the strawberries and raspberries. That's interesting. We have about another 3 weeks before our blackberries are ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. My neighbor has them. I don't have any blackberries. But last year I planted the black raspberries as start. So I'm like really excited. Like they're huge this year.
Huh.
Yeah, they're as big as my thumb. Like they're huge, huge.
I'm gonna have to look for that black raspberry.
Raspberry. Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, my wife wants to order a bunch of stuff to the border because J.C. Penney won't ship to Canada.
Oh.
But right now they're having like their long sleeve last year shirts.
Mhm.
The Shack brand, whatever it is, for the big and taller, huskier fellows like myself.
Mhm.
$60 to $100 shirts that I could wear to council and whatever. $19.99.
Oh, that's not bad.
No,
Mm-mm.
no. They're minimum 80% off.
I know that Jesse's not a fan of this, but I went to the Goodwill bins and I got a huge bag full of clothes for $10. Like a big like garbage bag full for $10. And I got a lot of brand new 3XL, which is the tall long sleeve shirts that were brand new with the tags on them. And it's weighed by the pound. I got them for my son.
That's why they do the bins.
Yeah, and then
if you see 4T,
okay, I'll hook you up. I'm keeping my eyes open. I got a brand new sweatshirt for our cruise, and it says Alaska on it with the tags on it. I went, I'm taking that. It's gray.
Hilarious.
Yeah, with the tags on it. So I was like, that's mine. I'm buying that. Thank you.
Yeah. So I talked Debbie. I said, I don't really need, I've got some pretty good shorts for the warmer days. I've got enough hoodies to sink a battleship.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got my Cruising Alaska stuff. I ordered 2 hoodies and 2 shirts the last time we put them up. So I might order one more shirt. And then I'm just I don't think I'm going to need much more, but I want to buy myself a good rain jacket so that I can spray it, put it outside, spray it about 4 or 5 different times with water, with the water repellent. And I may just get like swamp pants. I don't know what you call them, rain pants.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, swamp pants, rain pants.
So I found an amazing deal through one of my suppliers. They're getting rid of last year's rain gear, and I think I'm able to get Debbie and I. Now it'd be the same style but different colors for $30 for the jacket.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're the mesh on the inside to keep the, do you know how it doesn't breathe a whole lot?
It's the circulation. Yeah.
Yeah, and you always wear a cotton shirt, and there's never an issue.
Yeah.
So don't forget, Angie, I've got my 3 bikinis already packed.
3 tankinis.
I was talking to my bonus daughter about LL Bean makes a jacket that goes into a bag and it stuffs like into your suitcase. Oh, well, there we go. So anyhow, and I was looking at them. I told her, I said, yeah, they're $100 each. I was looking at them brand new. And she was telling me about Columbia making the same type where you can put it into your suitcase so it's compact. It's not a heavy jacket. It's just something light. Don't you know, I went to the Goodwill bins and there was one brand new with the tag still on it for myself.
No.
Really?
Well, if you want to buy one for Sir Grace, let me know because I can always order it.
Okay.
I'll treat it and everything, and you don't have to pay for the shipping. I'll just throw it in my luggage.
Okay.
And you can get it at the shop. I'll go ahead. I'll pre-wash it so that I just don't like.
I'm looking at the Goodwill bins first. I'm like finding a lot of things for this cruise. I'm telling you.
Well, look at the beautiful dress you said you found for it.
Yes. And my gala dress last year, I went to a gala in Washington, D.C., and everybody stopped me and went, oh my gosh, where'd you get that dress? And I thought, do I really tell you? Like, I'm rubbing elbows with some pretty big name people, and they're asking me where I got the dress from. And I'm like, well, I paid $1.79 from the Goodwill bins for this dress. And so then I got one for the cruise. I got another one because I've lost some weight. Probably about the same amount of money.
Some? You lost yourself a whole lot.
I have.
I found it.
No. Well, Sir Grace has lost too. We both have. He went on the journey with me, and I laugh about it because I started it 2 years ago. And then as soon as I got done with physical therapy for my shoulder, I hired a trainer, been working with my doctor, changed up what I was eating. And he went to the doctor and he asked if he could get put on a med too. And I'm like, I don't want you on the med, too many health conditions. And so they denied him, thankfully, to the VA. And I went back and I thanked her this year. And it was kind of like, hold my beer, I'm going to join you. And he's actually lost more weight than me, but I'm smaller than him. So, but he is below basic training weight now. So he's done really, really good. And then for me, I've lost 57 is where I'm sitting at. So yeah. And I'm not done yet. I got more to go.
Angie, I can't afford to shop in that place.
Yeah. I might look and see what I can find that's from Nordstrom's at the Goodwill bins because that's my kind of price.
or if I can get 90% off at the clearance section.
Yeah, I'm okay
But
with
of course, us bigger fellas, as soon as we see a deal, we buy it.
that. Yeah, it's my son's tall, and he has to have the shirts that are for the tall.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's hard to find stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's on deals. Yeah.
So not to change the subject, but if you haven't already heard, Worth, Ann's husband, had to go in for surgery. So he got out of surgery today. And supposedly I haven't heard, he was doing well last I heard, but I haven't heard if he's, feeling all right or whatever. But they had to do some major surgery. So y'all keep them in your prayers, Worth and Miss Ann.
Please. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and I know she was talking about on her live that they have the big C in their home, and it's not what you think it is. It's Christ. So
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
believe in a God bigger than all of this. I genuinely do.
Yep. I told her, God knows, there's a reason why you're going through this, and there's a reason why he's having to do all this now.
Yeah.
Yes, Angie and Dale.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes,
and
Worth is not well. He's got 4 different types of cancer.
Worth is her husband.
Yeah.
Started out, they figured prostate. There's what did she say? Go back and watch it on Tuesday, Angie.
No, Lisa can explain it. Lisa can explain it. She's into all that medical stuff.
Yeah, well, I know it's like lower bone cancer, prostate cancer. They found nodules on his not liver.
The
Yep.
spleen? Was it
No.
the kidneys?
Kidney and
No, it's all bladder. It always all comes from the bladder.
And yeah, there's 4 different types of cancer.
Prostate. Prostate.
Well, prostate started it, but there's 4 different types of cancer. Each one that she rhymed out is a level of cancer. So, Angie is, or Miss Ann, she's a, thank goodness she's a strong lady. And they also have, her daughter's an RN. Her bonus daughter is a naturopath. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, naturopath. And they've decided they want to do it all naturally, but obviously there was no questions about.
No, he had to go in because he couldn't urinate. It was nothing coming out. He was just, pressure was building up. And then finally they had big clumps of blood coming out. So, yeah. I mean, he had to go in, and they apparently they're trying to get in. I'm not sure if they did or they're wanting to still go back in there and kind of cauterize a lot of the veins that are inside, or the vessels that are inside the bladder that are bleeding, trying to cauterize that so that it'll stop. But it's,
Yeah, you're right, Angie. Yeah. But you know what? If the good Lord says it's time to call them home,
yeah,
there's
I don't
nothing we
think
can do about that trip home. But they're not even looking at that. Their Worth is in for a fight. He's a very strong-willed man. So it's yeah.
And they are scheduled both to go on the cruise.
I think that's out now that he just had that operation today or
No,
yesterday.
no, he should be okay. He should be okay, provided they don't have any other complications.
Man,
I had,
he,
I had bladder cancer. I had mine taken care of, and I was putting on a roof the next week, so it can be done.
there. Oh,
They
sure.
went into the and took care of it, and
Yeah.
and I was
Depending
seeing blood
if
too.
they're able
So
to go up the urethra, then he's all right. If they were able to do it that way, but if they had to cut him going up 30 some odd thousand feet, that's the issue.
30 some odd feet. What are you talking about?
30,000 feet
Flying.
Oh,
flying.
flying. Oh, yeah.
That's going to be the issue. But yeah, no, she
Well, they bought the insurance, so they're not worried about that.
Yeah, Word's health is the most important.
Yeah.
oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, Miss Ann is not leaving his side.
No.
I had a very heart talk with her there last Sunday. And, you do what you want, say what you want. Whenever the good Lord decides, there ain't no arguing. But I don't. She said we're staying very positive. Worth's quite a fighter, and he's not going to give up. So it's. Hopefully they were able to do it through the urethra, and they didn't have to cut him. But
prayer and a lot of love and a lot of support is definitely
yes,
needed. That's the best we can all do for her. And
that's exactly, Lisa. Trust me. Well, Angie deals with it daily.
No, what she's saying is Miss Ann has been trying to talk to the surgeon.
Yes.
And hasn't had any luck yet. And everyone that she talks to has been giving her a different opinion about, what he can do, what he shouldn't do, what his chances are, and all that kind of stuff. She's really not getting it from the source, which is what she wants to talk to.
She's getting frustrated. Yeah, she's getting frustrated. And it's these doctors, a lot of them, how do I say this nicely? They tend to talk above an individual.
Bad bedside manners. I'll just call it like it is. Bad bedside manners.
Yeah.
Out.
They're just over talking the folks. And whenever I had my spinal surgery and they're throwing like words that I can't even pronounce, let alone say, I said, yo, dumb it down.
Yeah.
You said what? You said, yo.
What? Yeah. I said, dumb it down. What did you have to do? He's like, we had to take apart your spine and remove 3 sections of your spine, or you would have never walked again. So
yeah.
But it's funny how peaceful I was going into it, knowing that I had a 75-25 chance of survival. But I was at peace. If he was going to take me home that day, I knew he was going to look after Debbie and the kids. And, I had no worries where I was going. But.
Yeah, I agree with Angie on that one. Talk to the nurse, not the doctor. And sometimes you can pull the nurse, say, like, get really up with the nurse, get a good one, and then say, with
Miss
you,
Ann just about got thrown in jail.
huh?
Miss Ann just about got thrown in jail.
I'll go down and I'll go with her because I know what advocating's like. You know, I'll bring her a drink of water and some of her herbal teas.
She didn't realize
I'll do it
that
with
little
her.
round thing. Yeah, the little round thing in her room was a camera.
They put it
And
in
whenever
a lot
she
of
was giving
hospitals.
him their
Supplements.
supplements, big old birth of the
His brother was
friendly
watching.
hurts.
Yeah, that was
Brother
at the other hospital, not this one. This is the one that he went
Yeah.
in yesterday as an emergency. The one
Yeah.
you're talking about was at the other hospital.
Oh, so they're not at Eaton anymore.
No, they're like an hour and a half away from home. They had to go to
Okay.
another special
So
hospital.
they had to go to the cancer center then.
Yeah.
Because whenever they first, she was very confused last Sunday because the initial person that found it said, that there was bone cancer in his lower back and blah blah blah. Well, then the surgeon that came in from Eatington, I think, anyways, said, I can't see any of that. Well, and then they were able to get him to the point of urinating and let him out. And then, yeah, by the sounds of it, he's back in there again. Yeah, you darn tootin' we will. That'll be our next jail and bail.
I'm okay with it. I'd go down there with her.
It,
Get in the
But
thick
she's
of it.
a little bit down, if you will, because she's in a place that she has no friends. There's nobody there she knows. Nobody's around for miles. She's all by her lonesome. So we talked to her today, and so she's kind of just she feels alone because there's nobody around, and the only people she knows are people she can call. So, and if you were back home, you'd know you could leave and you can go to, your house or go to sisters or brother. There's nobody around there.
No.
She says, I know nobody. I don't know any of the nurses. I don't know any of the staff. I don't know any of the doctors because it was all emergency.
Now,
So,
isn't she closer to Sarah up there, or is she the other way?
no, I think she's the other way.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So that's why she's feeling a little bit. I mean, she's not really disgruntled or anything. She's just feeling a little bit, like she can't, like she's useless, like she can't do anything. Her hands are tied. She can't ask questions because she don't know who to ask. The doctors are not coming around and talking to her. The nurses are giving her 5 or 6 different stories. So she's, so she says, I don't know, but I don't know.
And
I'm sure it'll be fine.
But that generation was raised, you don't question doctors. Where, you know what? Doctors are human too. So they work for you. You don't work for them. You ask the question. And people, a lot of doctors don't like whenever you do that, but hey, it is what it is. But anyways, folks, we're getting on to a half.
I was gonna say, Angie, I'll pass her number on to her. I'll pass your number on to her when I talk to her again. So
yeah, absolutely, because that's it. Angie knows where people are put, and you have your really good,
Better
nurse.
yet, Angie, I'll send you her number, and then you can call her. At your first opportunity, just to kind of, because she's still at the hospital, and she's probably gonna be there another couple of days. They got a couch for her there, and it's a big, huge room. I mean, the room it's like a hotel room. It's not a little bitty. Some hotels or some hospitals got two beds and that's it. This thing's like a hotel place. I mean, it's huge.
Sounds like
You wanted to see the one Sir Grace was in. You could you could have a farm
have a
dance.
party. And I don't take him to the VA no more. And the hospital that we go to is kind of on the bougie side. And I want good doctors in his care. And that's where the good doctors are at. Everybody says it's the bougie hospital, but yeah, there is all the rooms have huge couches in there. And
Are there veterans that want bad doctors?
there's a wife kind of
they-
mean. There's a wife that's mean, that's gotten some pretty big people involved, and we're not going back.
I'm telling you, folks, don't anger my sister.
No. Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Your sister calling.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. When I heard that, I just died laughing. I said, "Don't call or don't answer," and I wanted to hear it on the line the other day.
Well, you hung up too soon. That keeps going. Yeah, you can call if you want, and you can listen to the whole thing.
All right, just don't answer.
That
I
was
don't
smooth.
answer.
Hang on.
Oh, hang on. Let me turn it around
All right,
so
ready?
that your number doesn't come. Okay.
976 chat.
Sister calling. Oh, you talk to sister. So nice. Your sister.
For some reason, it's not. It kicked out.
Oh man, that's pretty funny.
We'll play it whenever we're together in Seattle.
So
I think that's hysterical.
do you have a name for him?
For
You have a name for him? Hop Sing.
Hops. I don't know. I think it's hysterical.
I thought that because that's been that for God since before I went to New York with you guys. I thought I let you know or let you hear it whenever
No,
we were.
not New York. No. No.
Oh. Anyways.
I love it though. I think it's hysterical.
Well, even if you don't like it.
Oh, I think it's hysterical. No, leave it.
Uh-oh.
My mother, I had 2 dogs.
We're all in trouble. Best behavior starting now.
Oh no. Here we go.
Hey, I had to
Here we go.
I had to come in and show my Gulf of America. Here it is, Gulf of America shirt.
It's the other. I say it's the other side there. You're showing the wrong side.
The
Oh,
back.
there you go. There you go.
Gulf of America.
Yeah.
I agree with Angie on that one.
Hey, next week, Johnny, we'll come on here. We'll wear our 51st state shirts.
That's right. That's right. We got those too.
I had one of your folks come up here today. And
one of our folks.
Yeah.
Now that sounds kind of bad when you say one of your folks.
Well, they might have been of Jesse's heritage.
Okay.
I said, you know what? I said, let's have some Canadian herbs. Where's your papers? I've seen them since.
Oh my goodness. Hi,
Sorry,
Jody. Hi, Angie. Yep, trouble has arrived. Hi, Linda.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was about to get off, but Johnny's here, so we got to talk to Johnny for a while.
Yeah, we've been Christine and I. We've been doing sometimes we pick out a video and we watch it together and stuff like that. So we picked out
That's awesome.
and watched it. Huh?
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we just got done. So anyway, Jesse has papers, by the way.
Miss Lisa, she's not getting rid of him right now.
So, but anyway, what's up, guys? What's new? What's new on our cruise, which is what in
58 days.
Right below you, 58. Well, actually, you're coming 1 or 2 days early. You're coming one day early. So yeah, you're 57 days till we see you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
58 till the cruise.
Yeah. By that time, I'm sure Seattle will be totally engulfed in flames, and so.
Oh no, you've got Tony, Jesse, and I. No,
Yeah. You're
don't
going
worry.
to put it out before I get there? Is that what you're saying? You're going to put Seattle out before I get there?
Either that or we'll be swimming.
I ain't going nowhere near downtown.
No.
Well, that's pretty funny. That's where we're staying.
Well, not, but where they usually have that stuff is over by the police department and by the by the ice, where the ice is at, and over by your fishing pier.
Yeah. So anyway.
Oh, do you mean the fish market?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right down there by the market.
We're going to go to the fish market Saturday morning.
So
Friday's just going to be a chill day. And then Saturday will be a venture out. It depends on how I start feeling. If I'm feeling rough, then we'll just go back to the hotel.
So boarding the ship, is that like Sunday afternoon or something?
No, Sunday. Starts Sunday. They'll give you a time, but it starts Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Unless you bought the pre-boarding, you'll have a time, and they'll say they want you there at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and then you get on.
Usually 11 to 1 is when the common folk, and then
the common folk.
No.
Listen, I'm with royalty. We're prioritizing this thing.
We're priority.
I'm used to like boarding the planes before everybody else boards, and I will be boarding that ship before, because I'm going with royalty. Now, when I go by myself, I feel like a commoner.
Well, hey, you're going with 2 kings.
I am.
There's not much better than you can get there.
But
you and Debbie are going to have to walk behind us.
You're going with 2 kings, Sir Grace and Burger King.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I won my $2.
Sir Grace got his today. And
I bet I went through a lot more to get this. I drove to Biloxi.
102.
Yeah. I got one of them
she's trying to throw one up on you there, Johnny.
I got 102.
Yeah, right.
I don't even have
whatever
a
you do not. I mean, this is like a don't take any wooden nickels deal right there.
Yeah.
That's the same deal.
Johnny, that $100 bill will work in Canada.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and give it a shot. We'll just put you down as a new
resident. Says right at the top of it. For motion picture purposes, in prop we trust.
Could you imagine, like, there's kids that run caches, they can't even figure out. Oh,
and in fine writing, motion purposes. Underneath the building.
Well, even on top of the building says it's a prop.
I know,
Yeah,
but
but
like
and
in
they
the
make it
prime
look so
time,
real. It looks identical,
Mhm.
identical
Yeah.
as the
Oh,
real.
well, even your $1 million one looks real.
Yeah, I got that $1 million one. That looks
Got a $1
real.
million one?
Yeah, $1 million right here, Bubba. $1 million.
Yes. Yes, he's buying, the first night on the ship.
mhm.
Oh wow. Angie said, Angie says I'll be in the baggage section. Yeah. And right, Angie, we'll be dragging the luggage. Right. Says Lisa. Ha. But anyway, so how's everybody been doing today?
I was actually just thinking about you today. I was like, man, I haven't seen Johnny in a while. I just been
We had a
following.
live last night, Scott.
Well, yes, I see you on your live. And I see
I've
you,
seen you, Johnny.
I see you making, being nasty to poor old Danny.
Nasty to poor
Just
old
wants
man.
a little something, something, and you lock him up in a cage.
Hey, those are his daughters. Thank you very much.
Enough said.
So they're actually all moving up here. They're all moving up to where we live up here. So one of these days, they won't be a tempt for him anymore because they'll be 30 miles from him. So
Okay, so all his kids then you'll get another bull for up there.
yeah, we got another bull.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be Elmer's property now, right?
No, Elmer. Who's
What's
Elmer?
it? Elmer. That's going to be Elmer's property now.
Yeah, Elmer.
Oh, okay.
Elmer. Right.
But wouldn't they be sisters?
Siblings are fine.
True.
It's-
Yes. Okay. One generation of siblings.
Right, one gen. So, but yeah, Elmer, he's the sweetest little bull, and he's going to come up
I
here.
cannot believe. Well, I shouldn't say that. Our Barney was pretty good like that. 3,000 pounds. Everybody was scared to what.
Yeah,
But as long as he knew who you were, you could walk up, same as what you do to Elmer, and scratch his head, and he loves right behind the ear. And he'll sit there and paw, or hoof, or whatever you want to call it.
right.
But that's not because he's angry. That's because it feels good. But I love.
He paws because he's aggravated at you.
Well, he was mad at you whenever he was up in the bush.
Yeah, he gets mad at me pretty quickly.
I did notice that you kind of stood behind the tree for a while.
Yeah, I do. Danny, as he gets older, he gets more unpredictable, and he has learned me so much over the years that we've had him that now he doesn't have as much fear of me, and so I'm just like, I don't know about this. I have to read him real. I try to stay back as much as I can because he actually comes toward me now.
Mm.
He never used to do that. So, Thank you, Linda. I was going to tell you guys, if you really want to watch a good one, you're going to have to watch next Friday's because I went to an auction yesterday that was just crazy. It was an amazing auction. And, I loaded the trailer down yesterday. So
wow.
I never take a trailer, and I took a trailer and I loaded, I had stuff everywhere.
Right on.
So, but I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I'm going to do with some of the stuff at the end of that video. And so got exciting times coming on Gillum Farms.
So I'm putting out the probably Monday morning will be the car show.
Yeah.
And there was two or three GTO 69s.
Really?
Yeah. So I said to the one fellow we were chatting, and I said, said, that's funny. I said, you have yours sparkling and looking good. And I said, my buddy races his up and down the road. He's
Well,
like,
mine's-
what?
mine-
I'm like,
actually,
well-
it sparkles too. So,
Yeah, well,
It does have a paint job, Scott.
yeah, it's
but
pretty
it's
slick, Scott.
it's just really, like it's all original. I could not believe like the condition that, and actually we picked a 71 Roadrunner as the winner
Of course
for
you
the council pick. Oh,
did.
buddy, that was a sweet ride. Sweet ride.
Yeah.
And the gentleman, he bought it in 86. And like he said, it's part of my family now.
Yeah.
He's like, the kids are gone. He said, I have my dog and I have my dog and I have my car. And then he proceeds to tell me he's got 3 others.
Yeah.
Not all GTO or not all Roadrunners, but he's got a Charger, he's got a Roadrunner, he's got I forget. I think I might have got it on camera.
Yeah.
But it was just
Cuda?
it was crazy. What's that?
Maybe a CUDA, Dart.
No, because there was a CUDA across from this
There's,
guy.
there's Challengers, CUDAs.
Cutlass. Cutlass. Camaro. Pontiac.
No, it
Firebird?
wasn't. No. Actually,
Thank you, Angie. I
I
know
think
Scott must be blind or he never watches any of that stuff, but
oh no,
it's pretty slick.
it is
Firebird.
damn slick. But we were joking that this guy sits there all day and polishes, and Johnny throws on his fire suit and gotta go.
Yeah. Game on.
Yeah,
On.
there was a '69 Camaro there. I tried to rhyme off the year and everything, Angie, whenever we were going around, and there was a old time International half ton. You want to see the size of the bike? The guy made his own tricycle. It's bigger than your car.
I've seen those.
Oh my God! He might have had a 305 or 350 in it, and it's like, oh, I couldn't have that underneath my butt because I'd be in a pine box. That's just far too much power for,
I got a little I've got a little bit of trivia for you. There are more 69 SS Camaros now than they actually built originally.
Really?
Yes,
Why is that?
because people have cloned the 69 SS Camaro so many times from the base model cars that there are many more still around today than there originally were built. So that's
Okay.
the reason why every car show, everywhere you go, you always see 69 SS Camaros there. And it's because it's the most cloned car of any of the I know some people call them a muscle car. It's not. It's a pony car. But of the pony cars, it's the most cloned.
Okay. Well, there you go. I learned something new today.
So I know Jesse's probably looking it up right now, but
Well, I'm gonna have to scooch out of here. I've got a farm to take care of in the morning, so I'm gonna
Yes. Well,
real early. I gotta take care of.
I got to get up real early because I have to be up there for 8 a.m. greeting people for the 200th anniversary.
You see what happens, Johnny? Anytime we start talking about cars or
Yeah.
trucks or
Yeah.
farm equipment,
come
the
on
ladies
back.
always
I'm
gotta
talking
go.
about farm.
Oh.
I have to take care of a donkey and a horse and yeah.
A donkey and a horse.
Oh, so now you're calling
Got a
Sir Grace
couple
a
apples?
donkey. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You got a
Wait,
couple apples?
Yeah, I do. One of them has a medication that she's taking, and I stick it in an apple. Her owner has been trying to figure out how to get her to take the med, and I'm just like, stick it in the apple. She takes
Yep.
it like a champ. So
What kind of medicine is it? Is it pill form?
yeah, it's a pill
Liquid?
form. It's a
Oh.
pill. Yeah. She's a senior citizen, so her better years are behind her. So yeah. So she just has to take the pill, and I'm like, it's so easy. Just pop it in and give her some extra love.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then the horse, he about knocked me over today. I was scratching on him and brushing him, and he was just like pushing into me, like, keep going.
Yeah.
But he was a little bit powerful, so I'm
Right.
gonna get up there as early as I can. and
I was
brush
going
him
to
down.
say you have lost a lot of weight, lady. You might.
I know, I'm like, I'm
Don't
bracing
pull
myself,
the horse.
going, okay, I can deadlift you, dude, but but if you're pushing me on the wrong way. But
Yeah.
no, they're good animals, but I do need to get up early to take care of them.
Well, if you can lift up Scott, you can lift dumbbells.
I can. Well, we may have to have that kind of a competition on the ship. We'll see. It might go down.
What's that? Throw Jesse overboard?
Maybe.
See if you can hit
I
Jesse
don't know.
on the iceberg.
Sir Grace and that Jesus take the wheel thing. I mean, Debbie and I are going to have some drinks.
Oh my God. I don't think Johnny ever heard that one, but so I can't say it like you do. You got to tell Johnny the story.
So we were talking about this cruise to Alaska, and we were backing up. So we were talking about how that Sir Grace got the goggles so he can see the mountains, because while he can see within 4 feet clearly, he's considered legally blind beyond that. And so he's not going to see the mountains. So he finally got the goggles, and we were talking about that with his primary care. And she was really excited. And I said, yeah, I said, Sir Grace thinks he's going to be driving a go-kart in a race. And a friend of ours who's got back problems, is fused, thinks that he's going to be the one that's navigating. And all I can just think of is Jesus take the wheel. And she thought I was dead serious that these two guys are going to go in this car race. And I'm like, no. And Sir Grace is like, yeah, I'm going to drive. And I'm like, oh, some stiff drink.
But of course, yeah, it explains that he's going with a guy that's got 3 sections of his spine that are broken away.
And he had a poker face on. And the nurse or the provider couldn't figure out if he was serious or not. And she looked straight over at me. I'm like, he's joking. And she goes, okay, good.
That's when you say the puppers is driving, not those two.
What's funny is we should have taken this up, but COVID had happened. But before COVID, we went to a gala. And if you know who Chef Robert Irvine is, he wants my husband to drive him. Like, there's an off course that they take veterans and they drive off course. And he told my husband, he said, I want you to drive me around. He's dead serious. I want to be in the car with you, and I want you to drive me around. I'm like, no, I'm not even kidding. Like, what in the world? But, he's got his guide stick.
Everybody has a death wish.
Women are taking the checkered flag. Amen, sister. Amen, sister. But I do have to take care of I have to get up and take care of the farm.
Angie's probably gonna pick one up at the local AutoZone. Take it with her.
It's the only way they're gonna get checkered flag.
I don't know. The guys are gonna need a lot of tissues. I'm hoping there's a lot of toilet paper for these guys to dry their eyes as they're crying on the ship. Anyhow, I do need to get going. So y'all have a good night.
You know what? I'll make the girls the crying towels, guys.
No, they just need toilet paper. The guys do. All right. Well, y'all have a good night.
Good
Toodles.
night.
Good night.
Good night, Glenda. Wow. Going to take the checkered flag. Really?
Yeah. She probably
Well,
already
they're
bought
going to
it.
be taking it from us, John.
They are? Okay, cool. I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
And
So
see, what Angie doesn't realize is we can make sure that the boys win handily.
we don't have to make sure that the boys win handily. We don't have to do anything cheaty or anything like that.
Oh no, we don't. We
Dry.
don't cheat.
Better put our pee pants on. Wow, man.
Wow.
You know I'm shaking, Angie. Shaking.
I think we better give Angie a couple drinks,
Oh, I'm
or
sure.
have a couple drinks ready for her at the end.
I'm sure the drinks will be flowing. I'm sure. We can bet $2 on this deal, Angie.
$2. 102. I'll bet her $102.
Oh yeah.
I'll bet her $102.
Oh man. So you went to a car show. A 71 Roadrunner won it.
Yep.
There
was 80 in between 80 and 85 cars.
Okay. You said there were 369 GTOs.
2 or 3. Yeah.
That's pretty odd, because down here, if there's one, it's pretty amazing.
And like I said, they gotta look. They're like in half decent shape too. And I'm not saying that to be facetious, but there was some of the vehicles in the car show that I wouldn't have brought to a car show.
Well,
I don't know how it.
Do you have different classes? Did y'all
they didn't win it. They didn't win anything.
Do you have an unfinished class?
No.
Okay, so down here, a big thing is unfinished.
Okay.
So if you have a car that's in
patina
fire,
works.
or it's a work in progress, a driver, sometimes an original driver, like down here, we like to drive our stuff. We don't just like to rub it with a rag every once in a while. We like to actually drive our stuff. So it's actually a lot cooler to us to see one that is either a survivor, which means it's never been painted, but it has its original paint and might, only have like 15 or 20,000 miles on it and was garage kept, and the paint is really nice, or just a beater. Everybody likes beaters down here.
Oh, okay.
So, and when I said beater, we're going to go on in October. I've been talking about this. I'm actually going to be going on it's called the Poverty Tour. I'm going to be driving from here in Oklahoma down Route 66 in either our 77 4-speed Trans Am that we've got that hasn't ran in 17 years at this point, or I'm going to be taking the other 69 GTO that hasn't ran in 6 or 7 years at this point. So it's from here to Tucson, Arizona on Route 66.
Wow.
And then when we get there, we're racing. So it's going to be one of them drive and drag events.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to, if you've heard of a channel called Pole Barn Garage, his name is Dalton. He's the one putting this deal on. And so we're pretty excited. Already got our hotel rooms booked for the trip down at all the different stops that we're going to make. And, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, but I've got to get a car running.
So do you have to drive the vehicle you're going to race, or do you trailer it up?
No, absolutely going to drive it every foot. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the whole, and the reason they call it the poverty tour is because they would like you to have vehicles worth less than $5,000, doing it. There you go. Jesse's putting it down and putting it up about the pole barn garage and duct tape drag.
Tape drags.
Huh?
I'm just laughing at the name. I think it's
So duct tape drags is put on by Freiberger and the guy at Vice Grip Garage. They're putting that on, and they do it every year out there in Tucson. It's right at the, we're going to go to Pinecone Fest, but we're going to have to leave on Saturday and head back because on Sundays when I got to meet these guys and head for Tucson.
Okay, so you're going up as a group then. That'll be a lot of fun.
Well,
Are you going to try and go up earlier to Pinecone? Because we're going to be there early. We'll probably be there on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
We've gone
on Tuesday.
Our plan is to be there Thursday, but I can talk to Christine. We might come Wednesday.
I'm just saying we'll probably be there starting on Tuesday. We go west. We always go starting on Tuesday, and we'll leave the following Monday.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to leave like Saturday evening or something like the Saturday.
But y'all gotta go right back up to town, up to your house, right, to get your stuff and then go.
Yeah, we're gonna drive straight back up, and I think I'm going to meet those guys are going to take off from Joplin, Missouri, is where they're going to take off from. But that's like 2.5 hours the wrong direction from Tucson for me.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is they're going to come right by the Blue Well, that place where me and Brian went. They're going to go they're going to stop at the Blue Well for a big photo op deal. And that's where I'm going to pick them up at the Blue Well, because that's like on my way to Tucson from here.
Okay, so you're not having to double back then at all.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'd be adding. I'd be adding about 6 hours to my drive if I went to from here to Joplin and then back down to the Blue Well. I'd be adding about 6 hours to my drive.
Wow.
So I'd prefer not to do that. So,
well, especially if you're just getting the car going too.
Right. Yeah, and that's the other thing, because I've either got, if I take the 69 GTO, I have to actually install work on the engine, put the engine back in the car, put the rest of the car back together that I took apart because I robbed parts off of it from my other GTO, put it back together, and to take it, which it would be fast. I mean, it's a fast car. It'll run, depending upon which trim I put it in, it'll either be a 9 or 10 second and a quarter mile car, which, that's not slow. But the Trans Am, it's just a matter of getting it running, getting it running, putting new tires on it and stuff like that, checking all the fluids and stuff. It's slow. It wouldn't be nothing to win any kind of a race or anything, but it might be more comfortable to drive that distance. I don't know. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, but
it's a 4-speed too, which they're a lot funner to just because.
Okay.
Unless you get stuck in traffic.
Yeah, there you go. I understand that. I drive a stick enough to know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping we don't get stuck in too much traffic on this deal. But I know you can, because we got stuck in traffic on the way to Biloxi. Tell me out there if I pronounce that right. Biloxi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, we got stuck in traffic on the way there in Jackson, Mississippi. But on the way back, it was pretty clear sailing on the way back.
On the way back, we had clear sailing until we got to a little bit close to the Texas border. Then there was a major accident that slowed us down. I mean, it took looked like the car was cut in half on one side. So I'm
Can you
sure
tell what had happened?
I couldn't tell whether it was, like where it turned over and was rubbing the asphalt or the cement, or something just hit it and sheared it. It just was sitting there. Half of the driver's side was gone.
Oh wow!
So I don't know, but
Well,
we got
Bad wreck.
there after the ambulance had already left, so it was just all the cleanup. But
Yeah.
it was a bad accident.
Right.
Did you take the Jeep down, Jesse?
Yeah, we just drove to Biloxi. It's about 6.5 hours drive.
Oh, so it's not that much farther past New Orleans then.
It's not that far from New Orleans.
Altogether for us, I think it was, with adding in stops and stuff like that, we were at about 11, a little over 11 and a half, maybe 11 and a half hours.
Oh, gracious.
Yeah, it's quite a bit further from here.
It takes us from Houston to Durant a good 7-8 hours in the RV.
Yeah.
That's
In
true.
the Jeep might be a little bit less, but the RV takes me usually 8 hours to get from here to Durant, Oklahoma.
Right.
Okay.
And
Wow.
Because I drive 60 in the RV.
well, I can tell you, when we were driving to Biloxi, we drove on some really nice roads.
Yeah.
I mean, we took the road, I put in to avoid all the toll roads for one thing. So if there were any, we avoided them. So we stayed on kind of roads that were, just regular highways and stuff. And they were good roads. I mean, it didn't beat us to death or nothing like that. It was nice.
Yeah.
That's all right. Anyways, folks, I've got a big day tomorrow.
All right.
I'm going to cancel out, and you all have yourself a good night. And we do have Miss Glenda at 4:45 tomorrow night, and you have. Are you guys tonight or tomorrow night, Jesse? Or
Yeah.
and then Jesse at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
They're stuck on this Central time.
That's right, because it's the center.
It's the center. It's the center of activity. It's the center of the United States. Yeah, it's not gonna work no more. I don't know what happened. I guess I ain't paid the fee or something. I bet you if I gave him that middle finger, it'll do something.
I was gonna say, yeah. Johnny's all full of fireworks, guys. Anyways, you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow. On Glenda's channel and Miss Lisa. Bye.